So I'm listening to give all, first and foremost, all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Rakar Kadash. Honors to the people out there really doing the work out there, the elect doing the sincere work out there. In these days, truth and sincerity. Uh, give honor to the Aquan out there, the women out there actually listening to the prophecies and actually taking heed. Yeah, I'm gonna do a short video. So you got a lot of people that joke around about this war. They don't even understand this. This war is the end of all wars, as prophetically speaking towards the Bible. You know. So I'm gonna play this short clip, then I'm gonna get a couple precepts. Also, I want to say 1976 copyright. This is not my video, not my music in the background. I'm doing this for educational purposes only. You know, just want to get that out there. All right, Shalom.
On the internet, I'm seeing a lot of people making jokes about, the war that could be coming for us, and when Iran tweeted that everybody's going to feel this, and we making jokes about, you don't want to mess with America because we this and that, we this and that. And it kind of makes me angry because, like, we have lived the entirety of our lives not having to have the fear of looking.
Also, pause the video. When I say hopeful elect out there, I'm talking about you Israelites, so-called Hispanics, so-called natives, so-called blacks. You know, we are the people of the 12 tribes of the Bible, you know, roughly paraphrasing. And a speckled bird that look like the heathen, but that scatter across the board. You know, that talks about it in the book of Jeremiah. You know, I'm talking about those people. I'm talking about the elect out there. You know, hopefully this video will get you edified. You know, you learn more. But I want to get back into the clip right quick.
Over our shoulder that our homes and our shelter would be bombed, or we just don't live that way. But I want y'all to know that there are people in several countries who go to sleep with that fear every single night that they won't even be able to wake up. And for us to just be,
I want to pause the video, man. That's funny, because I was with a couple of Jake yesterday. You know, Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics. You know, who is known as Issachar in the Bible. They just making jokes, man. Making jokes that nigga, we could get bombed. Well, we all awfully know the Lord is, gonna bring that judgment. He gonna pretty much take down the 2/3 and this Esau's kingship. And of course, this happens every time I do this. That's Satan right there, man. Every time I try to educate, try to edify the elect out there, here comes Satan with all these fucking noises. Yesterday was the wind, but it's all good. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna push through it. But I try to tell people, man, if you just get into the book of 37, Ezekiel, I think it's 38, 37, it talks about what's going on down there. This war is going to be end of all the wars, because ultimately the Lord is trying to gather, all the nations. He's pleading with them for what they did to us, which is called the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's why he says right here, I'm going to get the preset, then I'm going to get back in the video. I'm going to get the preset right quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it after the video.
playing around and joking about it, and the ungratefulness, and it's just weird. And I want y'all to know, that only makes it to where we are a bigger target. God don't like ugly, and us Americans, we are very ungrateful, and we take everything as a game.
And And that's the thing, you prideful ass Americans, aka Babylonians, because that's what you are in the Bible. This, you ever read the Bible, you know that this is the daughter of Babylon. You know, we ain't been to war yet in our soil, but it talks about that. You know, so I'm gonna get off into that, man. I'm gonna get that into a later video, the judgment. But I'm gonna get what the Lord is really doing. You know what I'm saying? What he really doing. Y'all don't understand, man. What the hell going on? Because y'all don't listen to the people out there preaching on the highways and hedges with fringes on. Like, it's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna get you proof right here. Hold on. Let's see, gather Gentiles. Let me get that right there. Why they make hella noise? I'm still gonna push through it. So man, we're going into Joel 3 verse 9. Hold on. We're going into Joel 3 verse 9. It says right here, Joel 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Gentiles can mean Israelites that are uncircumcised, don't know themselves, not accustomed to the laws, you know, which some of our people are. That's why they're the 2/3. The 1/3 is gonna understand who we are, who they are today. We're not black, we're not Hispanics, we're not Indians, we we're who we are from a respected tribe. But it says, prepare, wake up the mighty men. You know, let all the men of war draw near. That's why you be hearing all these other countries jumping into that war with Israel. Ukraine, uh, China, um, all these countries going into that war. Iran now jumping in. Ultimately, Russia gonna go at America. That's what's it's gonna start off. They're all gonna jump in with each other because that's the last great war. The Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is pretty much putting all these kings and these princes of the earth, meaning leaders, he's making them go against each other. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshare into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's the thing, that's what's happening, man. A lot of these countries, they didn't used to have nukes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't used to have all that technology that they used to have. That's what's going on. And I'm making this video for that elect out there, man. Because I'm trying to really get y'all to understand that this shit is no game, man. We need to come back to the Lord Yahweh because, man, if we don't come back to him, you fucked, man. I'll be honest with you. Them chariots is not going to save you, man. You're just not going to be saved in these times, man. There you go. There goes Satan. All that noise. It says right here, and when it says plowshares, that's like a farming tool that you use. Nah, man, a lot of these countries that are more so agriculture, they wasn't really big on war, but you got to understand now, man. Now's the time. We in the season where, that the war is going to take place, man. There's a season for everything. And it said, let the weak say I'm strong. That's what this country's saying. I'm not weak. I'm strong now. I'm getting tired of Israel, aka who pretty much has control over America. They the bullies. And it said, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about thither, because thy mighty ones to come down. O Lord, let the heathen, now listen to this, let the heathen means other nations in Hebrew, man, outside of Israel, be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So that's what's going on, man. That's what's ultimately going to happen. And what's funny, man, everybody talking about America ain't finna get touched and everything. They must have not read Obadiah, man. Obadiah talked about all about what's going to happen to America and mainly the Edomite nations, aka the white man. And that's who you really seeing going at each other. It's the white man going at each other. It says right here. I'm gonna actually get that preset what's happening too. So we got these ISIS coming through. We got other nations going against nations. The Lord said that that will actually happen. Let me get that preset. Why you gonna see more chaos in the streets, man. It's gonna be martial law and all that, man. It's gonna happen. This is what's going on right now. And I will say Egyptians against Egyptians. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. So when it says city against city, it's talking about people within, different regions of America and all that. That's what's happening. You know, that's why you seeing ISIS. That's why you see the people going at each other. It's gonna be a civil war that happened, an uncivil rush that happened. Kingdom against kingdom, and all the kingdoms of the world is going to come against each other. And that's what it's all setting up to because the Lord is making notice. He's making that appear. We're telling you, the northern kingdom, that y'all gonna be part of that if y'all don't come back to the Lord. We've been telling you all this for a while now. And you know why all this is happening? People going ape shit. Uh, people prices coming out of control. Now I think they just made it where you can't leave the state or something. I think I heard about that also. You can't leave the state. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like I try to tell people, man, they were just talking about peace talks and what dude said in the video, man. This pretty much what's going on. It's funny, man, because Donald Trump, I guess he quote unquote rebuked Israel for bombing off on Iran. This war is gonna keep going on because it's the end of this society, man. King James Bible for this King James Bible. This is Thessalonians 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as a travail upon a woman with a child. They shall not escape. So y'all not gonna escape that. Y'all not gonna escape that this war is happening. All this war ain't finna just pass away, man. We coming into the kingdom of heaven, but for the elect, we actually gonna be out here. We actually gonna know what the fuck going on, because it says in the next verse, verse 4. But ye brethren are not in the darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. So this day ain't finna overtake us, man. That's the thing. It ain't gonna overtake us. So we already know what's going on. We already know that it's the end of this kingdom. Esau's kingdom, the so-called white man's kingdom, man. And we've been saying it for how long that this was gonna happen? And that's the thing, man. That's the pride of these Americans, man. They got so much pride. It's not even it's not even I don't understand it. And that's what the dude was talking about in the video. He's talking about that we play around like ain't nobody finna touch us, but man, good luck with that because the Lord already made the judgment, man. You know, I'm gonna get one more preset, then get back in the video actually. Because I already know the elect know what season we in. That's why we tell you, man, examine the seasons, what you in, man. If you don't examine the seasons, you're going to be lost out, man. You ain't even going to know what's going on. That's why the Lord said, examine the times. Shit, I know what season we in. Let me get it. It's like, I don't care. I'll tell you, man, Northern Kingdom don't care. They just gonna keep working like ain't nothing finna happen to them. That shit's funny, man. I'm trying to find the verse. I know it's in Matthews. I ain't trying to take too much time, but that's pretty much what the dude is talking about, man. We just play around like nothing finna happen. Like I said, they gonna say peace and all safety, sudden destruction is finna happen, and that's what's going on, man. They ain't going. They're not gonna stop war, man. Like the Lord already gathered. He already made the decision of what's gonna happen. He already knows. We already know what season we in. One more percent. It's too loud here. They all want to do that shit when I just start bringing out the Bible. Isn't it funny? That's how you know you're speaking the truth, man. Yeah, this is a great one. This one thing that's what's wrong with us as a people, bro. We destroyed, this is us, man. We destroyed. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. Thou be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. That's what's going to happen, man. When y'all get drafted and y'all see that this ain't no game, y'all going to look back to the real people out here, the real prophets out here really telling y'all what the hell is finna happen. Y'all gonna want to seek the Lord, but he ain't gonna even hear you. He's not gonna hear you. And this is how you gotta be, man. You gotta be Jeremiah 17, verse 7, because a lot of our people they ain't looking to actually come back and actually figure out what's going on. They're not listening to the prophets. They're not listening to the people that's talking about this that's going on. Jeremiah 17, verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord Yahweh Bashem. We ain't talking about no God. We saying the real name. And whose hope the Lord Yahweh is. Because that's the thing. That's what the elect gonna do. We gonna actually take heed to the warnings that's going on that he gave us. You know, let me get to this chapter. Hold on. This is two. You know, they don't see that America is finna get bombed, but this is what the Lord gotta say about America. Then I'm gonna finish it off, cause this is what's gonna happen. That's what these prideful ass heathens be on, man. They don't think nothing's finna happen to this place. That's why we gonna laugh at them. This was gonna happen. Isaiah been talking about this, man. Isaiah 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is it called a virgin? Because this place ain't been hit with war before. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. That's what this place is, man. Tender and delicate. It ain't been a war, but y'all making jokes, man. Hey, bro, get ready for war, man. Get ready for slavery. That's all I gotta say. But that's what y'all going to. Get ready for that. Because after this, ain't gonna be no China rulership. Ain't gonna be no Middle Eastern rulership. It's gonna be slavery. You're gonna be slaves for all the iniquities. Anyways, man, I was gonna say, man, as a elect out there, man, we supposed to be the watchmen of the Lord. So we supposed to watch and see what times we in. But I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Honors to all the elect out there. Shalom. Peace.